For years, vets at the Toma VA say they were denied health care, all because of one doctor. I sat down with one Toma vet who says his misdiagnosis left him shaken for years. Now, he's seeking justice for others.
Years in combat.
If anybody remembers, 2004 was absolute chaotic as far as combat-wise in Iraq. I was blown up 4 different times in Iraq by improvised explosive devices.
When Brandon Winishek returned home, he found himself in a different battle.
Since getting out of the Marine Corps in 2006, I've had several friends commit suicide.
Like many veterans before him, Brandon suspected he had a traumatic brain injury.
It's such a common injury in Iraq and Afghanistan veterans.
He took his concerns to the Minneapolis VA. In early 2012, they said he was fine.
When I received the denial letter, it makes you question, am I crazy?
Years later, Brandon learned that he was one of 300 vets misdiagnosed by the VA. He was sent to the Toma VA for a re-examination.
I was in and out in 30 minutes. There was no MRIs, there was no CAT scans.
But like before, his examiner, Dr. Mary Jo Lanska, said he was fine.
It was like a punch in the face.
Brandon was sure something was wrong. He asked to be assessed again.
Dr. Lanska receives the referral. I get a letter in the mail, and the letter states, "Brandon, you're fine. I told you this back in 2015. I refused to see you."
He was told to seek care elsewhere. He took his private insurance to La Crosse.
At the end of this testing, I had 4 different doctors all agree that I had multiple traumatic brain injuries and permanent brain damage.
He decided to share his story and learned quickly he wasn't alone. Senator Tammy Baldwin wrote a letter to the VA asking them to follow up.
We demanded that the VA do a whole review.
Those concerns weren't unfounded.
Quite frankly, she was just phoning them in. She was not doing her job.
This is somebody that's supposed to be taking care of us.
In a statement, the VA said it reviewed some of Dr. Lanska's C&P exams, and some of those exams were considered incomplete.
So far, it's not looking very good.
7 years after Brandon's misdiagnosis.
I'm being told by medical professionals for years that I'm fine when I didn't feel fine.
Relief. The VA says at this time, Dr. Mary Jo Lanska is no longer conducting those exams. Now Brandon is receiving some relief in the form of back pay starting in 2020.
What I'm fighting for now is that they owe me back to 2011.
He's calling for full equitable relief for himself and all misdiagnosed vets. Today, Brandon's fight is not over yet. In Toma, Emily Haugen, News 8 Now.
If you or a loved one believe you've been misdiagnosed by Dr. Mary Jo Lanska, the VA has set up a hotline. I've got that number right down here. Just call 608-372-3971, extension 64775.